Alright folks, we're here with something I've been excited to do for quite some time. We're here in Minecraft 1.20.1 and we'll be creating a sort of a playthrough and survival series. You'll notice here it's showing 1.20.1 modded. That's because I'm running Optifine, which is kind of an add-on you can use with Minecraft. It just brings in a few optimizations and a couple small changes to the game, but nothing really game-changing. For this world, we'll be playing in single player. We're going to create a brand new world. Here we can give the world a name for the start. Let's see, we'll call this called Survival Series. Oops. Game mode will be survival. Difficulty we'll set to hard. Allowing cheats we'll leave off. For the world, you have the option to either leave it blank, which will generate a completely random world, or you can input a specific seed, which is usually a string of letters, numbers that would dictate how the world looks. If you use the same seed on different computers, or say your friend creates a world with the same seed as you, then you'll be able to play within the same world. In this case, I used a couple tools online to look at some possible seeds and found one that I thought looked good, and I did load it up yesterday to take a quick look and decided it would be a good one. So this is a pre-selected seed that I've chosen. However, I've only looked at it at a quick overview of the biomes in the area, and I don't know any of the locations for specific structures or anything like that. So I'm going to input that here. I was considering saving this until later, but I'm going to let you guys see it right from the beginning. Structures on. Everything else will be pretty much default. Under more, you can adjust a few things. For game rules, we're leaving this pretty much all default. The only one I do like to change is update fire. This just means that when you have a fire source or a lava source, it doesn't ignite anything else in the area. Start a forest fire or burning the house down. So other than that, everything here will be left as default. So with that, we can begin our first day. All right. Wow. Right in the middle of a forest. We've got some old growth birch forest. Right now we're in a dark oak forest, it looks like. Big brown mushroom. All right. First day in Minecraft. One of our first major goals is to find either shelter, so we can pass through the first night, protected from the mobs, or better yet, we can find 3 sheep, which will allow us to get 3 wool, and then we can craft a bed. In Minecraft, a bed is very important because it allows you to pass through the night without having to confront any monsters. If you sleep right as the sun's going down, you'll skip the night, and it'll be another day, and no monsters will have arrived. As you can see here, I'm starting off by gathering a little bit of wood. Wood is one of the essential ingredients for most things that you'll craft in Minecraft. So for gathering wood, you would hold down left click. That allows you to break the item. Later on, we'll have better tools for this, but for now, we're doing it just with our fists. With the wood, we can put a bit of it in here. This will allow us to craft our first planks. With our first planks, I'm going to create our first crafting table, which is 4 planks in the little grid. The crafting table will allow you to have 3 different crafting slots, so a 3x3 instead of the default 2x2. This just opens up a few additional recipes that you can use. The recipe book here shows you everything that we currently know how to craft, which is not much, but a few. As we take out the log, it will start to despawn the leaves. As the leaves despawn, it will start to drop the saplings and some sticks. The saplings we can later use to replant more birch trees. But with that, the day is getting on, and I'd like to find a couple sheep if possible. So let's look around and see if we can locate a sheep. I suppose too, if I want to get a sheep, it might be better if we get some tools for that. I will craft our first wooden pickaxe using this recipe. This will allow us to cut down trees faster and kill off a sheep if we need to. Sorry, Mr. Pig. Something else you want shortly into the game is to find food. In this case, there's a number of pigs around, so I think that will make a pretty good first option for food. In Minecraft, you can just swing like this, or if you jump and swing as you come down, it will deal a critical hit. This allows you to kill something a little faster. Lots of trees, more birch forest. Gonna look around a little further into the distance. Ooh, nice. A valley. Lots of water. I see a sheep. Let's go find our first sheep. Good day, sir. I'm terribly sorry, but this has to be done. Later on, we'll be able to gather wool in a way that doesn't harm the animal, but for now, this is our only option. So that's one of our 3 wool. We'd like to find 2 more if possible. Ooh, it looks like a savanna in the distance. Some acacia trees and jungle ahead of us as well. We've got horses, a bunch of cattle. Beautiful. No more animals yet. I'm looking for another sheep. Gonna look a little bit more in the birch forest over here, see if we can locate some sheep. Oop, a little bit of a dangerous drop off there. You have to watch out for those drops in Minecraft. You will take damage if you drop too many blocks down. Lots more trees, but no more sheep yet. Alright, some dark oak forest. Looks like a cave off to the side, but we're going to stay away from that right now. I can probably start to gather some more wood soon, but I'm hoping to find a couple sheep. All these rivers are nice. One of the more recent updates to Minecraft has already updated how these rivers generate. So now it allows you to travel quite a bit by river. You can craft a boat and you go sailing down the river. You can do a lot of your exploring that way. This is also great in early game because when you're sailing by the water, you don't actually use up your health the way you would if you're walking over land like I am now. Ooh, I see another sheep. That's 2. Oh, I see 2 more. Excellent. All right. That gives us our second wool. And where did you go? There's 1 more sheep over here to complete for our 3rd piece of wool. All right, Mr. Sheep. Where are you? Ah, there we are. Good day, sir. Terribly sorry. All right. That is perfect. So we now have 3 wool, which will allow us to craft our first bed. In the meantime, a couple other things I'd love to get on the first day would be a couple pieces of cobblestone. That will open up a couple more crafting recipes. And a little bit of coal would be nice. This is a bit of a drop, so there's a bit of riskiness here. I'm actually probably going to dig into the side of the mountain here. That'll be safer than trying to go down. If you're having difficulty on your first day to find stone, often if you dig into the ground a little bit, maybe even down, usually there's a bit of stone under a couple layers of dirt. It's making us go a little further than normal here, but we're finding our first stone. Gonna put down the crafting table. This will allow me to create our first, well, not quite yet, but a couple more birch logs. We can craft these into sticks. And with the sticks, you can now see these have changed from red to gray. We can now craft our first pickaxe. The pickaxe is the tool of choice for collecting stone. As you see, when we collect the stone here, it drops cobblestone. I'd like to get maybe 15 or 20 pieces of cobblestone, which is very useful on day 1 for building a furnace and tools, and will allow us to do a few things that we couldn't otherwise. Just going to gather a couple more pieces. Oops, some gravel. Gravel is a block affected by gravity, so as we mine the block underneath it, the gravel will fall down. Most other blocks in Minecraft are not affected by gravity. So I've got a decent supply of cobblestone now. No coal yet, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. We can work around that. I'd like to gather just a little bit more wood while we still have some time in the day. All right, some low-lying trees here. For Minecraft on day one, you don't always have to choose your final location right away. You can always start with a small home just to pass the first night. A little bit of coal there, but a little bit difficult to get to. In this case, I think this is quite a nice location. The sun's starting to set, so I'd like to start building a bit of a shelter. I think down here in this clearing is pretty nice. Let's put down our crafting table. I'm actually going to click here, which will only show the recipes that we can craft based on our current inventory. I need a few more birch planks, and now, with 3 planks and 3 wool, we can craft our first bed. This will allow us to pass through our first night without having to face any mobs. This is very helpful on the first day. In the meantime, though, I'm going to craft most of these into some more birch planks and start to craft a bit of a small home so we have some kind of shelter around us. Let's do a small house for now, just 5 on the sides. Let's see, maybe 7 or so be at back. Let's take that out. Just something to protect us on day one. Skipping the corners to save a little bit of material. Get that bed a little more out of the way. In Minecraft, you can jump up and place a block under yourself. This is usually referred to as pillaring. You can do that to climb up a much larger height as well. I'm going to use our crafting interface outside. Actually, let's bring this inside before it gets to be dark. We are going to make our very first stove, or furnace rather. Place this in here. Notice the sun is setting. Now that it's below the horizon, we should be able to sleep. And with that, we've completed day one. Notice this is great because this allows us to pass the night. The sun's now rising off in the east again. No monsters to be seen. And we're on to day 2, just like that. In here, something else we can do. If you've been unable to find coal, you can also use a log in the top of the furnace. This is what is getting sort of cooked, you could say. And you can turn a log into something called charcoal. So I'm going to use another log or 2. This will be the fuel, and this will be what's being cooked. The logs then can be turned into charcoal, which operates similar to coal. The primary reason why I want to get a bit of charcoal is so that we can create a couple of torches. In Minecraft, mobs or, well, most of the monsters can only spawn if they are in an area of complete darkness. If there's a torch nearby, then they won't be able to spawn within the area that the light falls. So torches are a great way to protect yourself from any mobs spawning nearby, and it's of course just nicer to be able to see what's going on at nighttime. So this has given us 3 pieces of charcoal. Let's see, I'll put 2 more sticks in to get the last piece cooked up as well. In the meantime, I can craft a couple more birch planks. Those birch planks can be crafted into sticks. Oops, so 4 sticks, 4 charcoal right now. And either using the crafting table or by clicking E in your inventory, you can use this crafting table as well. Now you can craft your very first torches. I'm going to shift click to convert all of these into torches. And we now have 16. So we can put one inside, which will light up our little tiny cabin. Maybe a couple on the outside. I always think it's nice to have a couple in the back of the unit as well. Let's clean up the extra piece. And it's a very humble, small cabin to begin with, but we'll expand on this soon. Well, now that we have the ability to pass through the night, we can go and gather some more resources instead. Something else we need to be aware of as we get started too is our hunger bar. So at the bottom of your screen where you see the hearts represent your health. So if you take damage, you'll lose a bit of health. And to the right of that, the little sort of shanks of food it looks like, that represents your hunger bar. If that drops lower, it means that you're starting to get hungry. In Minecraft, if your hunger bar is at full, it will cause you to regenerate some of your health if you take damage. So if I were to get hit by an arrow from a skeleton, for example, I might lose a little bit of health, but if my hunger bar's full, that health will start to regenerate until I have full hearts again. Once your food bar starts to dip below full, it means that when you take damage, you will not be able to regenerate that health. So at the beginning, it's important to have lots of food available and make sure you keep your food bar topped up. As you saw there, we just broke our very first axe, so I'm going to need to use our crafting table again. We've already learned the recipe, but actually I've already got a couple sticks here, so we're pretty good. Here we can craft. Actually, now that we have some cobblestone, let's make an even better tool. We can use cobblestone and create our first stone pickaxe, which will be better than the wooden one. And we can also craft our very first axe as well. Well, stone axe rather. And it's raining. Minecraft is full of different weather patterns, so today is a bit rainy. That's okay. We can still work in the rain. For tonight, I'm going to craft a number of birch slabs. This will allow us to put a ceiling. I could do this with full blocks, but for every... It's better to save your resources. Each plank will give you 2 slabs. So I'm going to slab off the ceiling. This will just protect us if any spiders decided they wanted to climb our walls. Gonna need to craft a few more. So as you can see, 3 planks here gives us 6 slabs, which is awesome. A little bit better. I am going to put a full block above here for a door. We can now craft a birch door. Place this here. Actually, I think I'm going to place it the other direction. Depending on which direction you're facing, the door will be... Notice from the outside now it's recessed a little bit in. Yeah, it looks a little nicer. Now we have some light inside our cabin, which is very nice. Later on, we'll try to get some resources to allow us to create a window, because right now, can't really see a whole lot outside. With our stove, I'm going to cook up some of our pork chops that we got earlier. This will just allow us to refill our hunger bar. Most wooden items can be used as fuel, so logs or sticks are all... Logs, planks, sticks are all pretty good resources for doing that. Something else I would like to do, let's quickly craft some more planks. I'm going to create our first chest using sort of a circle of planks. The chest allows us to store excess items, so here I can put in the extra food, anything I don't think I need immediately. I don't really need the doors right now. The rest I'll keep on in our inventory. As promised, let's plant a few of these birch saplings. I'll plant a few in our area so we can come harvest them from nearby. There we go. So those will grow up over time and we should have a couple more trees out here soon. Another good source of food in early game, if you're near water or rivers like this, you'll notice there's salmon here in the river. If you swim down, you can often take out a few of these salmon, and it's a great way to get a little bit of food as well. They drop raw salmon. You'll have to notice as well above the hunger meter, there's those little bubbles. This is our air, our oxygen meter. If you're underwater for too long, you'll start to take damage if you run out of oxygen. So it's important to resurface once in a while and make sure you've replenished your oxygen. So with that, I've already gotten 6 salmon, which is a great source of food. Take out a few more. Come here, buddy. There we go. I'm running low on oxygen. I've got to get up to the top. There we go. I'll collect some of what we've got here. Oh. A little bit of bone meal. Cool. Alright, 11 salmon, that's great. We can cook those up as well. Give us a bit more food. We've got our cooked pork chops here. And I'll cook up the salmon while we're here as well. A couple more lugs in here. As you can see, we're already running low on salmon again, or rather, the logs. So I'm going to go collect a few more while we wait for our trees to grow again. Right now I'm sticking to the shorter trees so I don't have to climb up to get the tallest pieces of the log. And we can always replant these trees later too if we want to preserve the look and feel of the location we're at. Excellent. A couple more. Might as well gather the sticks and the saplings. Perfect. A few here. A couple more over here. Quite a wet day. Once the night falls, we will be able to sleep, and when you sleep, it usually resets the weather pattern as well. So when we sleep, that will cause us to wake up with a sunny morning again. But it's still getting close to dusk. Let's see if we can sleep. Perfect, we can sleep again. Excellent. So, with that, the rain has subsided. It's back to being a nice sunny day. Clear on the horizon. And off to a fresh start. So, we're looking good on food. Let me go gather that salmon before I forget. You'll notice too, when you remove something from a furnace, you'll hear the noise of experience points. Down at the bottom of my screen, you'll notice where it says it's the number 3 and the little progression bar. As I remove the salmon, I've jumped up to level 4. As you cook, it'll give you a little bit of XP and allow your level to get a little bit higher. Later on, there's a few things that we would like to do that are only possible once you're at higher levels, so it's important to let those levels climb, and then that'll be quite useful for us later. With that, we'll leave off for episode 1. Next week, we'll probably look at finding some animals, seeing if we can start some breeding. I'd like to get a garden going. We can start some farming and getting some crops. But overall, I think we've accomplished quite a bit for episode 1. We'll be excited to see what we come up to next week. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.